What? Citadel? I'm saved.
Get it? Because it's Undead Citadel and he said Citadel?
So I finally got around to playing Undead Citadel.
Oh no, they killed Kevin the Crow. Kevin, can you climb these? No, Kevin.
And I noticed it was actually receiving some mixed reviews on Steam. I, for one, am just happy to get a standalone PC VR release for once. When a physics-based melee-focused combat game comes out, it's hard not to think Blade and Sorcery clone.
You can rotate your hand around the blade. So by holding it and then the trigger and going up or down, your character will move their hand up or down, or will actually rotate. So I can hold it this way. Now that is different.
However, I can tell you that this is not a clone of Blade and Sorcery. It's definitely derivative of Blade and Sorcery, but how can it not be?
I don't understand why, like, devs think that I need to be told how to move. Like, the stick goes forward. Duh.
But it seems to blend some of the aspects of Hellsplit Arena with Blade and Sorcery. Going into this game, do not expect it to be a sandbox experience. For the most part, this is a story-driven action VR game. There is also a horde mode, but I'll get to that a little bit later. You start off as this sailor mouth Viking, which after like 1 to 2 quips, it does get pretty old pretty fast hearing this man run his mouth at these skeletons.
Hey, whoa. Back up, dude. You don't hold a candle to me. Oh, God. Boo.
But I have to say, I am happy to have a more or less narrative-driven VR game. It's cool to have an objective that I myself don't set in my head.
I gotta find a key. Look at that. Ooh, all right.
And I also appreciate the spectator camera that makes it look awesome, which is another thing. Let's take a look at some of the visuals of this game.
I wonder what these blood markings are. It's all spooky intrigue. It makes me want to know more. Whoa, is that a cool sword? Yoink.
It's a weird contrast. Some things look really good. Lights, certain textures, certain animations of the characters themselves, and then sometimes things don't look so good.
Is this like an actual weapon? Because the polys on this are terrible. Let's compare it to this. I mean, that looks way better than this one. This one looks like cardboard garbage doo-doo, and this one looks like they tried.
It just makes me feel like they needed to have a little bit more time in the oven with certain aspects of the game, which is strange because this game was delayed like once or twice, if not more than that. But aside from that, the combat is pretty cool. Although it is some, if not a lot, of recycled animations, probably from the Unity store, that's also used in Blade and Sorcery, but because I've experienced them for so many years in Blade and Sorcery, I wasn't too surprised to see most of the moves they were doing.
Punch! Yeah! Get up, skeleton! It's like a middle school fight. That killed you? Oh my goodness. You suck, dude.
However, I did appreciate the stuff that you can do with the zombies. Chopping arms off, cutting them in half, breaking their stupid skeleton head. Hilarious.
So in Blade and Sorcery, if you chop off an appendage and then hang on to it, it like crowd controls them. And I feel like that's also what's happening with them. Like, I'm going to drop this and then I'll prove my theory. If he gets up. Yep, I knew it.
Their animations are good. The running, the movement animations, those all blend really well. And there are a lot of things that actually surprise me while playing. Like stabbing a character to the door and then waiting some time and it died on its own. It's a little unsettling, but whoo, it was awesome.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I could see the life force leave him. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, fan of that animation.
But going back to the story, there was one thing I was afraid would happen, and unfortunately, it kind of did.
Here's what I'm hoping that this is not. I'm hoping it's not just like a weird pseudo campaign, and when you go to a specific area, it's like, okay, now the spooky horde wave is coming. Like, I hope there's more to it than that.
It was more of a go here, explore there, until you hit the wave mode, which is exactly what I was expecting. But I know I didn't make that much progress in the game. I think I got to level 2 or level 3, and to avoid some of those spoilers for you guys, there was definitely a lot of more of the same, but in a good way.
All right, who wants to get hit real good with the bow? Oh no, I dropped it.
And sometimes there's like a really big boss guy to take down that gives you a cool weapon. Which brings me to my next part, the weapon variety. There are about 80 different weapon/item types to collect.
Wow, there's a ton of stuff to unlock. Look like there's 80 things to unlock. Not bad.
And the cool thing is you collect it by exploring and literally just picking up the object. No matter what game mode. This also works for horde mode and story mode.
And apparently every time you pick up a new weapon, it unlocks it in your arsenal.
So that's cool, straightforward and easy. And a lot of the objects in the game are pretty much completely physics-based. Certain things you could pick up and break, and that's cool. And metal weapons get stuck in wood, be it a wood weapon or a piece of wood in the world.
This is cool though. It knows what it's chopping into, so it knows that this is wood. And look at that. It gets stuck in there. That is really cool. Props.
So you really got to control your swings and make sure you're not just like jabbing things into other things. Because going back to combat, this game does what I wish others did as well. More than one enemy can attack you at a time in this game.
Block you, and then jug attack. Okay, that didn't work.
I put the difficulty on its hardest because I wanted to feel what this game had to offer. And there were a decent amount of times that I was surprised because they're coming after me more than one at a time. It really kept me on my toes and adds a big layer to this game and helps with the overall longevity, especially when you're playing horde mode. And I suppose we should talk about that for now. There are 3 horde maps and you have to unlock them. And they do seem relatively small, but you get to use anything you have unlocked. And if you haven't unlocked it, well, you don't get to use it. But the cool thing is, like I said earlier, you can unlock weapons in here just by picking them up. I do wish there was a sandbox mode also. It would have been cool to have story mode, horde mode, and then sandbox mode, but I digress. It might be something we get in the future.
You know, I was kind of also hoping for a sandbox mode, plus maybe like a horde mode. So if we can get that in, that would be great.
There are also some random quote-unquote puzzles that push you through, like this lock. I legit thought that they were going to have me pick a lock.
Dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to figure out how to pick this lock. Are you serious?
And I don't know how to pick a lock. I even tried hitting it to see if it would work.
Come on, Bagongo stick! There's no way. Damn it!
In the end, I don't know if it was luck, skill, determination, but I just moved the dial until it opened and...
That will be for... Oh. Well, I stand corrected.
But overall, Undead Citadel was a pretty fun experience. Right now, it seems to have launched in an interesting state. There are a couple bugs here and there, but nothing that's actually going to be game-breaking.
With the bread... stupid plate! Get off my hand. The bread says eat me. Is that like a threat? Are you kidding me? Fine.
However, the game also does not really redefine the genre. It's awesome that there is a campaign, and I really do like that the enemies can attack you more than once at a time, but I would have liked to see some more custom animations coming from the enemies. Although, it is a breath of fresh air that you can't just grab them and mess them up, because they still fight back when you're grabbing them.
So you can't just go in there. Like, they attack even if you're grabbing them. Like even, what is this? How did you just do that much damage to me? Get back! Get back!
Overall, Undead Citadel was a fun experience. It's a little pricey right now, but hey, it is what it is. I think if you're watching this by the time this video has come out, the game is about 10% off, so that's cool. But overall, I had fun playing Undead Citadel. I just think with no current mod support and no sandbox mode, how the longevity of the game is going to be, but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Have you guys played Undead Citadel, or have you just seen a couple of videos on it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I want to hear your opinion, especially on a new physics-based VR game like this. And also, I just want to say a very special thank you and shout out to my YouTube channel members and patrons. Thanks for supporting me, your weird lunatic friend, so I can continue to make weird VR content like this. And to everyone else, thank you so much for stopping by and watching today's video. I'm Drifter from Downloadable Content, and I will see you next time.
Ho, 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 ho.